So you're looking for the best microphone for your content creation in the new year. Whether that is YouTube, Twitch, podcasting, whatever it is you're looking to create, I'm going to give you a really small breakdown of some brilliant microphones that you can choose. Microphones are a rabbit hole that you can go down forever and ever. You can watch a ton of videos, listen to a ton of samples, and you're still in the end not quite sure which one to pick. So I'm going to try and save you some of that hassle and just give you a couple of really key options that you can pick from, and just explain one or two of the very basics that you need to be looking out for in a microphone. You'll hear lots of recommendations about microphones, some good, some bad, but it's really hard to tell until you get the microphone to see whether it's going to suit your voice, which is something that a lot of people don't take into consideration. So it needs to suit your voice, it needs to suit the room you're in, and it needs to suit the kind of content that you're creating. Let's start off with some super basics and just explain the two types of microphones that you are generally going to be looking at. So first up, you have dynamic microphones and you have condenser microphones. And these are generally the two that you are going to be encountering. What is the difference? Well, again, very simply, dynamic microphones are ones that you need to speak really close up to. So you are going to be talking this. They're the microphones like the Shure SM7B. You're going to be talking right up to the microphone. It's going to give you that real sort of close, intimate sound. That is a dynamic microphone. And then the other type, like I said, is the condenser microphone, like the one I'm using here. Now, the difference between the dynamic and the condenser is the condenser picks up sounds from much further away. So you don't have to have it right up to your mouth. You can have it sit a bit further back. You can either have it off camera. So if you want to pick up your voice, you want to do a video and you don't want the microphone in the shot like this, perhaps, then a condenser microphone is going to suit you much better. Now, the downside of a condenser microphone is that while it does pick up absolutely all the sounds, which is fantastic for voices because it picks up the whole range of your sound of your voice, which is brilliant. But then it also picks up the whole range of sounds from the room that you're in, or your neighbors, or your PC, or your children screaming in the background. Whatever it is noise you have, the condenser microphone is going to pick it up. So if you're in a room that is well treated, you're in a quiet space yourself, so you've got a nice sort of dead sound, you don't have background noises, you're not typing on the keyboard a lot while you're on the video, then a condenser microphone does have a superior sound quality. However, if you do have air conditioning or a fan or a PC or noisy neighbors or any other, a road outside, whatever it is, if you do have a noisier environment or you have hardwood flooring perhaps, then a dynamic microphone is going to be much easier for you to get better sound out of. That's the sort of main two you need to deal with. So you need to, first of all, you do need to assess what type of environment you're recording in and what type of content you're creating. So with that, let's move on to a couple of microphone choices. Now, first up, this is my new Earthworks Ethos microphone. It is a condenser microphone, so it does pick up all the sounds, which is okay because I have quite a well insulated room. Now, straight off the bat, I'm going to save you lots of time and searching. This is the best microphone I have ever used. The sound quality is unbelievable. It's just ridiculous. It's almost not fair. That's the kind of level this is on. It's almost not fair, but you do pay for it. It is, I was going to say, it is expensive, but it depends what your budget is. If you've set a budget of £5,000 for a microphone, it's not expensive. If you set a budget of £100, this is expensive. So it does depend on your budget, of course. Now, this retails for around £700. Again, depending on your budget. And then this is an XLR microphone as well. With XLR microphones, you do need an audio interface. Once you've decided if you need the dynamic or the condenser type of microphone, your next decision is, do you want it to have a USB interface and just plug it straight into your PC or Mac, or do you want to have a XLR interface, which is a dedicated audio cable, basically? And the difference is the USB is far easier. You just plug it straight in and it recognizes it as a USB device, and then you're ready to go. The XLR version you do need a secondary piece of equipment. So you do need an audio interface to go from your microphone into another little box, basically, and then your PC picks the audio up from that little box. Now, the audio interface that you choose, again, is another rabbit hole you can go down. There are hundreds of audio interfaces you can choose from. Again, some good, some not so good, but you do have to bear in mind that's an additional cost you're going to have to make. Now, you might be thinking, why would I want to add cost to this? Well, if, for instance, you pick up an XLR microphone like this one, and then in the future you decide, yeah, I want to upgrade it, or I want to change it for something else, well, then you don't have to upgrade the box, the audio interface that you bought. You can just keep that and then upgrade the microphone. So it's kind of a bit more future-proof because you get a lot more control and you get an obvious upgrade path. With a USB mic, once you've decided that that microphone is not doing what you want it to do, you've just got to buy a whole new microphone and just plug it in again. So that's the kind of decision you have to make. So again, USB microphones are generally cheaper as well. So budget is a key component here. Now, I'm not going to turn this into a huge microphone comparison video, but I am going to let you hear the 3 or 4 microphones that I want to show you today, just so you can get an idea of the sound quality, the styling, and everything that you need to know, basically. Now, of course, I'm going to show you this. This is the Earthworks Ethos, as I've said, which you're hearing now anyway. So that's that one. I'm going to show you this Rode Procaster microphone. Excellent microphone. I really like this. I'm going to show you the Blue Yeti, which I have over here. There we go. Which you've probably seen a lot of. Here's the Blue Yeti. Okay, so I'm going to show you a comparison of that. And then I'm going to show you a bit of a hidden gem, which I'll save to the end because it's so good. For the price, it's amazing. I'll save that to the end, so keep an eye out for that. It's an XLR microphone, but I think you'll be very surprised. Like I said, this is the condenser microphone of the Earthworks Ethos. Let's jump over to the Rode Procaster. Okay, so here we are with the Rode Procaster. Now, this is a dynamic microphone, and as you can probably hear from the last microphone, the Ethos, which is a condenser microphone, you could probably hear the change in audio style. So this is a lot, because it's dynamic, it's a lot sort of, I don't want to say muddier in a negative term, but it's a lot sort of deeper and maybe a bit more intimate, maybe. So great for podcasts, and this is why the Shure SM7B is so popular, because it's the same style as this. I just personally happen to like the Rode Procaster sound over the Shure SM7B. Now, this microphone retails for anywhere between, it varies quite a lot, but it's around £130 to say £160, depending on the sale or time of year. Now, this is the big brother to this microphone, which is something you may well have seen, which is the Rode Pod Mic. Now, this is the slightly cheaper version. So this Pod Mic retails from around £80 to £100, again, depending on sales and which shop you go to. But I would highly recommend you, if you can, if your budget allows it, go for the Rode Procaster, because it just has a lot nicer sound to me. I think the Pod Mic, it sounds a little bit cheaper to me, and I think that the price difference is well worth it. So if you can afford it, go for the Procaster. Pod Mic is fine. I just much prefer this. So if this is the type of sound you like, and again, this is much better. I was very happy with this. I used this for about 8 months, and I was super happy with it. But as you can see, you do have to have it right up to your mouth for it to be able to pick up your voice. But the benefit is that now it's not picking up my PC noises, it's not picking up any road noises outside, or anything else to interfere with the recording. So that is the benefit of these style dynamic microphones. Okay, here we are. This is the Blue Yeti. So this is the type of audio you can expect. And I'm sure you'll agree, it sounds fine. It sounds good. It is a USB microphone. It is a condenser microphone, so it does pick up the sounds of the room quite a lot. And it's already plug and play. So this is a great microphone to start out with. But it really does depend on your budget. Now this retails for somewhere between the £100 and £120 mark. You can pick it up on sale because it's been out quite a while now, so you can pick this up a bit cheaper sometimes. And it's a nice little microphone, really cool. I do find a lot of people have this for a while and then they do look to upgrade. So maybe it is worth skipping this step, maybe it isn't. You know, if this has given you the audio that you want, then that is great. You can just stick with this. You're not going to be disappointed, but you don't get the level of control that you do with an XLR microphone with the equalizer. So bear that in mind. This is kind of the sound you're getting here is kind of the sound you're going to have. There's not a lot you can do to change it in this situation as such. But hey, it's great microphone, still really nice. So there we go. So let me head over to the very last microphone. It's another XLR microphone, so let me jump over to it now and I'll explain why it's so cool. Okay, so what do we have here? This is a dynamic microphone, very much like, well, exactly like the Rode Procaster. However, it's got something quite special about it. Now, again, it's not ideal recording situation here because I am holding it with my hand. Well, if you had it on a boom arm, you get a lot more steady sound. But as you can hear, it sounds great. It is a dynamic microphone, so it does have that slightly more sort of muddy, muffled sound, depending on your settings. Again, I haven't done any EQ on this at all, really, so you could probably get this to sound a little bit brighter if you do some tweaking, because it is an XLR microphone. Now, this is the Behringer Ultra Voice. Was it an XM8500? Okay. So why am I telling you this? Well, I'm telling you this because this microphone is £20. £20 or $20, whatever you want. It's around £20 to buy. That's not on sale. That's the actual price, which is just unbelievable. So if you are looking to get into the XLR world, so having an interface to plug your microphones into, but you can't quite budget yet for a microphone and an audio interface, then my recommendation is pick up the best audio interface you can find. The Go XLR is brilliant, by the way. Highly, highly recommend it. So check that out. And then save your money on an XLR microphone and pick up one of these, because even when you're ready to buy your final microphone, you can still use this as a backup microphone, or you can use it as a guest microphone for in the future. It's 20 quid, you know, so it's not going to break the bank. You're not going to feel ripped off of like, why did I buy that? It's just a brilliant, fantastic bargain. So check it out. Now, I will leave some links in the description for you. Some of them will be affiliate links, but I'll make sure I tag it. I'm not sponsored whatsoever by any of these companies. This is just my 5-6 years of streaming and YouTube creation experience using all these different microphones. I've bought all these microphones myself, and I keep having to change my mind and jump in from one to another. So this is just a very small sample for you. So let me head back to my main microphone, my beautiful new Earthworks Ethos, because it's much easier to have it on the boom arm than hold it. So there you go. I think just with these small selection of microphones that I've shown you today, you really can start to understand the huge variety in microphones. And some people will care a lot more than other people. So if you're a content creator that just wants to get stuff done, then maybe audio isn't quite as important to you as it is some other people, which you've just got to, only you know that. So the things you do have to bear in mind, just to round up, is the budget, the recording environment that you're working in, and the usage that you're going to be doing with the microphone. So bear those in mind. I hope this has given you a nice little introduction and some options to pick from. If you'd like to see some more in-depth microphone stuff about a certain microphone, whether it's the Ethos here, which again is my favorite microphone of all time, or any of the slightly cheaper options, then leave a comment in the comment section and I'll see what I can do for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.